Hi, Genevieve Goss here with Arts Now, and today I'm talking about the book Perfect Square. So, in this book, the square goes through a lot of changes. Starts out one way and gets turned into a happy face, shredded and remade into a fountain, torn into scraps, and remade into a garden. So this book shows us lots of ways to take a square, right? We can even make a square with our hands. Take a square, rip it apart, and turn it into something else. But what my challenge for you is to create something still keeping the shape of the square. So in your digital drawing today, you're going to stick with a square. You're going to put one square on your paper, and then you're going to add to it to create something new, still keeping the original square there. And you're going to get to animate your drawing. I'm really excited to show you how. So I'm here at Crello.com, and once you get here, you're going to click on Create, which is up here at the top. And something will pop down, but you just want to actually click the word Create, and then click Create a Design. And this should pop up for you. It should populate a blank square. And we're going to start out with our square. So we're going to go to Objects. And I'm going to type in Shapes. And all of these shapes will pop up. And I want you to start with a square. So there are lots of different squares to choose from. Round-sided squares, round-edged squares. So you can keep scrolling until you find a square you like. This one's a little more organic shaped, not the hard edges. This one has clipped corners, but as long as it's a square, and a square is something that has 4 equal sides. So let's keep looking until we find one we like. And you can choose any type of square you like. I really like this square, so I'm going to click it. And since it doesn't have color over here, it fills itself in with this pattern so that you can see where it is on the white paper. Then you come up here and you click the color tab, and you can click within the bar, the rainbow bar, to get all different shades of a color. And then you can click up here and move your circle around, or click, or if you're using a touch screen, you could touch it until you find a color you like. And I like that color, so I think we're good. Now I'm going to make my square a little bit smaller, and I can move it. So to make it smaller, I just go to the corner until you see the arrows, and you can shrink it or you can make it really big. You can also take your square and turn it, because it doesn't have to sit like a square normally sits. It can sit on its corners, and now it looks a little different. And what your goal is here with this project is to change your square and add things to it to make it into something else. So I'm going to go back to the top, and I'm going to choose this shape. It's going to go there, and I'll add some color to it. That's pretty. And I'm going to shrink it down, and I'm going to make a bunch of flowers, because my square is going to be like a garden planter. So I like this shape and I like the color, so I'm going to go up here, and in the right hand corner there's 2 little squares that are overlapping, and when I click it, it will duplicate. I'm going to click it 3 or 4 times, and it duplicated my shape for me. And now I can go back and place my flowers around And I have a lot here. And then I'm going to play around with the size of my flowers because I don't want them all exactly the same. So you just click on it and you can shrink it, make them bigger or smaller. I'm going to do a big one here. And once you've got your flowers, you can also change the color of them. So I'm going to click on this flower. I'm going to go back and I'm going to switch it to a yellow color. I think I want more of a yellow, so let's switch it to that. There we go. I'm going to take this flower and I'm going to do a purple. And this flower, I'm going to do a different color red. So maybe like this red, a lighter red. And then my big one, I think I would like a bright pink flower. Perfect. Now what we're missing is the stem. So I'm going to go back to my objects. And I'm going to use this shape, I think. But I think if I type the word line in here, I'll get all different kinds of lines. Possibly. I got some cool ones earlier. There we go. Perfect. I could use a straight line. Or I could keep looking and use a patterned line, which might be really pretty. So I'm going to use this patterned line and see if I can get it to work. If not, I'll just erase it and try again. Now remember, you can turn it. I'm going to make it really small so it looks like a stem. And then I'm going to turn it like that. And then I'm going to change the color, and it's not where I want it to be yet, and that's okay. I'm going to make it green. And you can't really see it on top of the blue, but wait till I move it. I'm going to put it here. Attach it to my flower. Like that. And then I'm going to duplicate it. 2, 3, 4. And now I have a bunch of stems that I can move around and attach to my flowers. And I will show you what you can do if your stem is overlapping the planter. I'm going to take another one, put it here. And it looks like I need to move this flower over a little so that I can have the stem growing out of the planter. There. So this stem looks like it's overlapping the planter. So I will click on the stem, and then I'll go up to this icon that says layering, and I'll say send to the back. So it will send it to the back. Perfect. Send to the back. And I can play around that way. Now I think my flowers need something in the middle. So I can go back to objects and go back to this and type in circle. And I can choose anything I want to put in the center. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. So I'm going to put that. Now it's very big. So I'm going to shrink it down super tiny so that I can put it in the middle of my flower. It actually is still too big, so I'm going to shrink it down even more. And then I'm going to move it into the center of my flower and see how it looks. It looks great. So if I like it, I can duplicate it and then take those duplicates and move them where I want them on my flower. Perfect. And oops, I guess I need to make one more. So we'll duplicate one more. And now I have enough for each flower. And if it's too big, remember you can shrink it down. And put it where you want it. So my square has turned into a flower planter. So you can do anything you like with your square. And something fun that is a little extra is an animation. So once you're done, you can click on your square like this, and you highlight it, and then you go right up here where it says animate. And I can choose the wobble. Let's see what that looks like. That's funny. I'm not sure it's the right one. Let's see. Maybe shake is better. Oh, that's fun. I like that. It's just a little something extra to make your square kind of dance and move. I hope you had fun, or I hope you will have fun, I should say. I had fun. And be creative and check out all the different things that Crello offers for you when you're drawing and designing. Okay, have fun.